food come from? Where do your clothes come from? How are the cosmetics that you wear tested? Do you ever ask yourselves those questions? Do you ever spend time wondering the answer to those? Most of us give little thought to those questions because we live busy lives and we have more important things to worry about. Or do we? Argument can be made that such questions are very important because it's a question of ethics. Finding out where and living responsibly and living ethically. So today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the importance of living an ethical lifestyle as it relates to our food and clothing choices. The question I would like to ask first off is, how can someone live a more ethical life? How can we take into consideration those questions which I had asked? Well, the simple answer is through veganism. And veganism is generally a poorly understood concept, in as much as people think they're crazy, that they're militant out to really be in your face about things. And really what a vegan is it's a vegetarian that's extremely strict. They don't eat any animal products at all, no dairy, eggs, anything that comes from an animal, including things like honey, things of that nature. Also, they avoid all animal-derived products, such as leather or wool. For instance, like my belt today, this is not leather, this is synthetic, looks like leather. And the vegan actually is derived from the word vegetarian. Veg and N, vegetarian, beginning and end of the word, brought together, because veganism is supposed to symbolize the fact that that's the beginning and end of vegetarianism, is veganism. So the question is, why would anyone choose to be a vegan? Well, there's a number of different reasons. Environmental concerns are a primary reason for taking veganism, because we're stuck with a situation where we have pollution and global warming, deforestation, strains in the water supply. The United Nations had stated that the livestock sector emerges as one of the top 2 or 3 most significant contributors to the most serious environmental problems at every scale from local to global. So agriculture, industrial agriculture, is implicated in a variety of different methods, and methane production is one of the primary areas in which it impacts the environment. Methane is a greenhouse gas that it stays in the atmosphere for about 15 years. It is over 20 times more effective at trapping heat than carbon dioxide, making it an extremely potent greenhouse gas. It is emitted from a variety of natural and human-made sources, but nearly a third of the U.S. methane production is a result of industrial agriculture. Approximately, according to the EPA in 2007, that year, close to 153 million tons of methane were expelled through enteric fermentation, which is the process with cows and other ruminants are digesting their food product. And nearly 49 million tons were generated in 2007 as a result of manure management and industrial farms. That's a huge impact for the environment. Another aspect of it is the pollution that comes off of it in terms of water pollution. The runoff from industrial farms is usually laden with hormones, fertilizers, heavy metals, other things which have been shown through studies from the EPA and other agencies in cases of a certain fish to cause hermaphroditism and other sexual defects as a result of the water supply being contaminated by that runoff. The last thing about the environment that's very important is the grain production. Industrial agriculture is an extremely intensive operation. It requires a lot of feed to maintain and feed that cattle and all the various animals that are being raised for slaughter. In 2000, the EPA reported that 41% of all fresh water in the United States was used for agriculture. 41%. That's in terms of growing the grain, in terms of using it for actually taking care of washing out the manure that causes the runoff to water pollution. And of that water, 80% was consumptive use, which means that it does not return to the environment readily. That water is taken out of the water cycle for an extended period of time, putting an extreme burden on the water supply. Another reason is for healthy living. A vegan diet is low fat and high fiber, which has been shown to be, through studies in the American Heart Association, American Cancer Society, to reduce the risk of various forms of heart disease and cancer. A common question people come up with is, do I have enough protein? What about vitamins and minerals, things of that nature? Plant-based protein sources are one of the most abundant available, and there's many varieties. Vitamins and minerals are easily brought from fortified foods and other supplements. In fact, many respected health organizations, including the American Dietetic Association, American Heart Association, the American Cancer Society, and the Physician Committee for Responsible Medicine have all endorsed a well-balanced vegan and vegetarian diets for health. The ADA states in their annual position of vegan diets that appropriately planned vegetarian diets, including total vegetarian or vegan diets, are healthful, nutritionally adequate, and may provide health benefits in the prevention and treatment of certain diseases. Well-planned vegetarian diets are appropriate for individuals during all stages in the life cycle, including pregnancy, lactation, infancy, childhood, adolescence, and for athletes. And of course, also the last point is it's very good for animals. It's for animal rights. We as humans have the ability to reason and to be rational and to think of other beings. We don't tolerate in our world the abuse of our own species, but why should we tolerate the abuse of animals? And pictures really do speak louder than words, so I'm going to allow this trailer from Earthlings documentary to close me out here.
Three primary life forces exist on this planet: nature, animals, and humans. We enter as lords of the earth, bearing strange powers.
This is actual footage taken by various groups.
Human beings should love animals as they know and love the innocent, and the strong love the vulnerable. It seems the fate of many animals is either to be unwanted by man or wanted too much. Isn't it enough that animals the world over live in permanent retreat from human progress and expansion? And for many species, there is simply nowhere else to go.